It's no secret Roblox is a platform creeps love to hang out on, and I'm by no means the first creator to cover a situation like this. However, as you'll see, the sheer lengths this person has gone to stay anonymous and have no consequences are genuinely impressive and shocking. Not only is this person interacting with minors inappropriately on Discord and through Roblox, but they are also expressing their sexual intentions with their own pets. Now, of course, I'm going to have to give a little bit of a content warning before continuing the video, so this is your time to click off because I'm going to be talking about some really disturbing and just disgusting topics. So again, if you don't want to hear about any of that, just click off now, but without further ado, let's get into the video. Bridgie, aka Sprinkle, aka Cali Dog, aka Frosty, aka Zero Followers, is a Roblox user who, from what I can tell, has been around since at least 2017. Over this time, he has made many different accounts, Discord, Twitter, and Roblox, of which he uses to contact children and even adults and stalk them and send them inappropriate messages. As you can already tell, this man goes by many different names, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to be referencing to them as Bridgie, as this is the name that they were using when I heard about them. Speaking of which, let me explain to you how I found this creep. I was browsing on Twitter one day looking for content and stuff to investigate when I came across a post by a guy named This Is Catman, or Banana. He was adding the real Ruben sim to help with Bridgie. Now, of course, he didn't ever get a response, but I responded. And even though my Twitter notifications were on, so I didn't know that This Is Catman had actually messaged me back, which I apologize, I still did do some digging. What I ended up finding out was that Bridgie actually had many different alt accounts that he operated under. But this wasn't before I learned what exactly he was saying to these kids. Not only was he sending inappropriate pictures of what I assume is himself, and we'll get into that later on, but he was also talking about his explicit thoughts about animals. Now, whether you think this is good or not, I actually managed to get into contact with this guy, and he told me that his whole zoophilia persona was a fake, but he did admit to talking inappropriately to kids. Now, unfortunately, he's always been very open with his belief that pedophilia was actually okay, as you're gonna see with this Twitter post, which, by the way, the pure mentioning that something being sexual is subjective is probably one of the dumbest arguments to defend pedophilia I have ever fucking seen. But, I mean, I can't really be surprised, because look at this guy's Twitter bio. What did I expect? Now, the two people that will ever have a Twitter like that and be open with their views on pedophilia, zoophilia, and all of that weird shit that's in his bio is usually super fucking deranged, or is just a troll trying to bait a reaction. And the only reason I'm not 100% convinced that this guy is a troll is because of the explicit pictures he was sending to minors. I do want to point out that most people that talk to him notice he has a very specific way of talking. It's almost childish. And he usually backs this up with saying that he's young, when even though he's claimed to be 19, upwards of 26. When I talked to him, he told me that he was 10 and he was faking all of it. When I was in game with him, he actually said the same thing, but of course nobody believed him because of just the way that he speaks, and the topics that he's speaking on are just so adult. There's genuinely no way a 10-year-old would be into this. So of course I didn't believe him when he told me again that he was 10 years old, and I basically told him that he needs to prove to me his age. Now obviously this made him kind of uncomfortable, but all I asked him to do was send a video of him speaking. So I'm going to actually show this video and we're just gonna go over it real quick.
Okay, so I had to record the video because in the other one my voice it wasn't working. Anyway, I just didn't want to record it because I'm feeling sick right now. So yeah.
Okay, so I don't think it really needs any kind of explanation, but that is not a 10-year-old's voice. So not only is this guy just blatantly lying, which I'm really not surprised, he's been kind of doing it the whole time that I was talking to him. And I do assume that the zoophile claims that he is actually just putting that on as a facade. I assume that's fake too. So anyways, I'm going to be showing now some really kind of, I don't even know what I mean by kind of. It's some very disturbing messages that they were sending to people, and I genuinely have to put a warning. I already did a content warning for this video, but warning for this kind of stuff. I'm just literally just gonna let it sit and sink in, and you guys can look at it. I think one thing that really disgusted me while I read all of this is just how easily he talks about all of these topics. I mean, mutilating animals, committing sexual acts on them, and even, you know, pursuing children. It's so much to like think about that I don't understand how someone can be this deranged and talk the way he did to me. The way that he speaks just makes me think so much that he has got to be a troll, but then again, he has such a huge reputation for doing stuff like this. I can't help but think maybe this guy is just a little bit crazy. I understand a lot of people that are like this are just very desensitized to these kind of topics. I mean, he even changed his Roblox username to Frosting the Zoophile. I don't even understand how that's possible, but he did it. And I don't know, this guy obviously isn't taking this very seriously, but if you do see this guy, please stay away from him. I have no problem calling this guy a straight up liar for what he says to me, and I took nothing of what he said at face value. So if you do see this guy, just remember, this guy is definitely a pedo, and he's a zoophile. I mean, there's so much, it's hard to wrap my mind around. Like, I didn't know people could be this weird, and what's worse is he's taking what I assume are other kids or even other adults, and he's basically converting them to be like this too. There are a lot of people that he knows that are not only zoophiles and pedophiles too, but I assume he gave them the influence to be like that. And even if this guy's claims of being fake are true, at the end of the day, he's still sending inappropriate and explicit images to kids, even if it's not actually him. He's doing it regardless. Not only that, the things that he has to say about animals are just so mind-boggling. Again, I can't really even wrap my head around it. There's so much on this guy that I don't really know about, just because it's so hard to get into contact with anybody that he knows because of how much they support him, which I assume is very similar to what was going on with the whole kids chat thing and those admins not wanting to talk to anybody because not only did they not want to get in trouble, I mean, that's the site that they moderate on, and I assume they really like that site. So anyways, again, if you do see this guy, please don't contact him. Don't go reach out to him. Don't do any of that. Don't, like, I don't know. It's such a rabbit hole I wouldn't want anyone else to have to go down. And just the people that I talked to that knew him, he just seems like such a headache to talk to for long periods of time. I mean, even talking to him for a solid 20 minutes trying to get into a call with him was painful, just because of how many times this guy has been banned on, like, literally fucking every platform. Anyways, guys, that's all I can really muster up for this video. If I found more on this guy, I will update you on Twitter. I don't think I'm going to make a sequel, even though there's definitely enough to make a sequel on this guy. I could tell this guy really likes the attention, and even if he is getting found out, he obviously doesn't care. I mean, he has such a lineup of alt accounts that I couldn't even find all of them. I could only confirm 2, but I know that there's definitely more out there on probably everything. So thank you for watching this video. I do put a lot of time and effort into these videos, and if you guys want me to cover anything specifically, my Discord will be in the description, and so will my Twitter. Go hit me up. My DMs are always open to anybody. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below. I know that's probably like the most cliche shit you've ever fucking heard. Click that notification bell so you never miss an upload. But anyways, guys, I'm out.